This is the external UPS. This is UPS B. UPS A is next to it, and we are on the west side, or excuse me, we're on the external part of the building. This is the southeast corner. Both of these temporary UPSs do have fire protection inside, and today we'll talk about the specifics of the fire protection, how it operates, and how to manually interface with it. Inside the UPS, we have a complete fire suppression system that is designed and installed per the Verizon specifications. The components that make up a complete fire suppression system in order to meet the Verizon specification include a dedicated clean agent control panel, a dedicated very early warning control panel, and the manual accessories that will activate the system. This dedicated clean agent control panel has 4 photoelectric smoke detectors attached to it. There are 2 in the ceiling and 2 in the subfloor. This panel monitors the state of those detectors for trouble and alarm conditions, and if smoke enters one smoke detector, it will enter this panel into an alarm state. At that point, this relay will activate the building fire alarm system because these 2 panels are connected together. If 2 smoke detectors go into an alarm state, we'll begin a 30-second countdown. During that 30-second countdown, the air conditioners will shut off. The doors should be closed. If anyone is in the environment, they should leave and close the doors. And then at the end of that 30-second countdown, FM200 will be released through the nozzles into the UPS. During the 30-second countdown, personnel could activate the abort button. There's a button like this located at each door, one at each end of the UPS unit, and they can, by pressing and holding this button, they'll be able to delay the discharge of the FM200. As soon as the button is released, the countdown will begin again. You can press and release the button as many times as you like, but every time that the button is released, the countdown will begin again. The manual release can be used in the event of personnel determining that the fire suppression system should be activated immediately. By lifting this cover and pulling this handle, the FM200 will be released into the UPS within about 5 seconds. There are no activities that can stop the release of clean agent when this device is activated. This manual release will override an abort button or anything else. Next to the FM200 cylinder is a maintenance disconnect switch. That switch can be used to physically disconnect the FM200 system from the clean agent control panel in the event of a maintenance condition. So by turning the key switch, you can disable the FM200 for maintenance. The VESDA, or the very early smoke detection apparatus, is considered the very early warning style of smoke detection for this UPS. This is a dedicated VESDA, and this VESDA has 4 sampling points. There are 2 in the ceiling, one here, there's another located at the other end of the UPS in the ceiling, and then there are 2 in the subfloor. This unit is monitoring smoke levels that are very early or incipient levels of smoke. This unit will send a supervisory condition to the building fire alarm panel notifying personnel whose goal would be to come to this UPS and to search for a problem. Because the VESDA is so very good at detecting smoke, it's used to bring personnel into the unit who can look for a problem that may be a fire condition, but it could be detected 2 to 3 hours earlier than when the fire actually starts. And that's why the VESDA is considered a very early warning device. That's also why the VESDA does not activate a building-wide fire alarm. Instead of evacuating the facility, the goal of the VESDA is to bring personnel into the equipment room or into the UPS room to try to locate the problem. What you're seeing now is the FM200 container. This container holds 64 pounds of FM200, and that is the amount required to bring the UPS to an inert level of fire extinguishing concentration. The FM200 is routed through the piping and to 2 nozzles, one located in the ceiling and one located in the subfloor. Above the FM200 cylinder is the maintenance switch. This is the maintenance switch that is directly connected to the FM200 cylinder, and it allows facility personnel to disable the FM200 cylinder for maintenance reasons. By turning the switch to the right, that will turn off the system armed green LED, and it will turn on the system inactive red LED. It will also generate a trouble signal to the main building fire alarm panel, which will in turn be transferred to the NOC. This key switch must be turned back to system armed at the end of the day in order for the FM200 to be active. It's important to know that the dedicated clean agent control panel is connected to the main building fire alarm panel through the relay connection we saw earlier. If there is a trouble event anywhere inside this UPS room, then that trouble signal will be sent to the building fire alarm panel, allowing personnel to respond to the UPS to verify that there's a problem or to repair the problem. On the same token, a fire alarm signal from this panel is also sent to the building fire alarm panel. That will activate horn strobes in both facilities. Because this is a temporary UPS, and because of its proximity to the building, they're one fire alarm zone. So if there is a building fire alarm, you will have activation in this building and vice versa.